What are you gonna do? The odds are stacked against you. Back against the wall, gotta give it your all. This is the final stand. The power's in your hand. Two worlds collide on the inside. You gotta fight for what's right before it's gone. Gone. This is Bakugan. I've been singing this song for 2 days now. Thanks to Medina Mojo. If you want to blame somebody for what I just did, blame him. What is going on, you guys? Here's yours truly, Master Sakurai. So, I had this in my mind for a while. Forgot about it a year ago, but thanks to Medina Mojo, shout out to you, one of the members of the Sakurai clan, I remembered it again. So yes, we're going to be talking about Bakugan Battle. I feel like this is going to be a theme for me where I just talk about these monster-based series because honestly, these were the series that really caught my eye. The ones that really caught my attention. Shoot, the next one we're going to be talking about freaking Beat 'em on. But before I get ahead of myself, let's talk about this. So, unfortunately, I never got a Bakugan. I never bought the toys, even though I honestly wanted to. I didn't know what kind of element Bakugan I wanted. Because I wanted to be just like the characters in the show of the first series, Bakugan Battle Brawlers, where, you know, the main character, Dan, had the fire type fire-based Bakugan. Shun had, I think it was the wind type, the green Bakugan. Runo had the water based Bakugan. Julie, I think she was the one, I liked her the most. She was the one that had the earth-based Bakugan. And I think, what was his name? Marucho, he had, what kind of Bakugan did Marucho have? What kind of what was it? Was it the light-based Bakugan? Or was it another kind of Bakugan? See, now I'm confused. Yeah, I think it was Marucho that had the water-based Bakugan. Yeah, no, it was Marucho that had the water-based Bakugan. What did Runo have? I forgot what Runo had. I totally forgot what did Runo have? What kind of Bakugan did Runo have? I totally forget. Was it? Oh, now I remember. It was the yellow-based Bakugan. I forget what was it? The light, like the white? Yeah, she had the white-based Bakugan, like the light-based Bakugan. I forget. It's been a while since I watched the series. And then there was Masquerade, who had the dark-based Bakugan, the black ones with the purple lines on them. Yeah, I actually had ended up watching the entire series. It's been some years since I watched it. I want to go back and watch it because I was so invested. I remember I was so invested in it. You had Dan, who was honestly a pro at the whole sport because it was a sport. It was honestly just like an innocent game, but then something happened where like they find out that the Bakugan that they were using, it was more than just some kind of card game. And these Bakugan were actually real monsters in another universe, in another world, that were fighting to keep their, I think it was to keep their world afloat because some kind of evil, I forget what it was, some kind of evil force was trying to take over that world, and then at the same time take over the human world as well. This you know what's crazy? This game, I'm not gonna lie, this is what Dungeon Dice Masters was trying to be, because you can see the whole dynamic of it. You got Dungeon Dice Masters where the dice literally turns into a platform, and the platform summons the monster. Whatever monster it is attached to the other opponent's monster, it could attack. In this game, you literally take the card, put it down, or if the opponent has that Bakugan down first, you make sure that card is next to that other monster. Then you throw the Bakugan, and then you try to power up that Bakugan to defeat that other one. And I think it was what was it, a best of 3? whoever takes out the most Bakugan wins. Somebody let me know in the comments. Master Zen, if you're watching this, let me know in the comments right now. The whole premise of it. It's been so long since I watched this, because Master Zen has been playing the games. I have not, and it's been so long. It's been so long since I watched that series. But honestly, so let's get down to the characters. Like I said before, Dan was the pro. He and Drago, which was his main Bakugan. At first, they didn't really get along because Drago didn't really like Dan. But after a while, he realized that he could trust Dan, and they became more of like a dynamic duo. Shun, I want to say, was more like his friendly, like a friendly rival. Like he was like a calmer version of Kai. Shun to me was like a calmer version of Kai. He wasn't so much of an ass, but he was serious when it came to it, and he always was competitive. Bruno was like, she was like the Misty, in my opinion. She liked Dan, but she didn't want to admit it until like the very end. Spoiler alert for anyone who didn't know that. Marucho was honestly like the little geeky kid version of Chief from Beyblade. Like he was more like that. He had the brains, you know, to do things, but he was always timid, and he didn't really believe in himself as much till he had his own main Bakugan that had talked to him. I think his name was Preyas. Someone correct me in the comments, it was Preyas. I don't really remember the all of the main Bakugans that each of these characters had. I think Skyrus was Shun's one. It was like this bird, this green bird, right? And then I forget what Julie had. What kind of, well, I know what Julie had. Julie had the Earth-based Bakugan, like I was saying, but what was her main? I forget what her main was. Oh, Tigress was Runo's main, her main Bakugan. I still forget what Julie's was. Masquerade, he had a dark, what was it? A dark serpent like Bakugan. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. There was another character named Alice. I think Alice was like an alter ego of Masquerade, and I remember that she was, because later on in the show you realize that they are the same person. So now I remember. So her main Bakugan is still going to be, whether she's Masquerade or her or Alice, is going to be the dark based one, and I think hers is the serpent. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't remember. No, it wasn't a serpent. I think it was like a dragon without the wings. I think that's what it was. It was a dragon without the wings, and at some point did it grow like 2 heads or something? 2 to 3 heads, and it gained wings after a certain amount of time. Like this was the one Bakugan that was changed, that kept changing. So that's what I remember off the top of the dome piece. But yeah, I loved this series. I did. I watched it like I had binged watched it. I really did, because to me it was very interesting, and it was a breath of fresh air from just watching Pokemon. It's a damn shame that I didn't get to collect the toys, because I still wanted my own Bakugan. But the thing about it was, I didn't know which one I wanted, because I liked the fire-based Bakugan, but the water-based Bakugan was really cool too. However, The green was still what was really doing it for me, and I was still simping yeah, I was still simping for Julie. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to say this. I know, I get it. I'm a grown man, and I'm a grown man now. But back then when I was watching it, I wasn't. Julie was my waifu in that series. I'm not gonna lie. With that white hair, woo! I'm telling you, if a series can give me any cartoon series gives me a fine black woman, I'm all for it. Cause she was so sweet too. She was one of the sweetest characters on that show. She was so damn sweet. Even when she, you know, was going through like a nice little rough patch in one episode, I was all for her. I was all for her too. Oh my goodness, she was a real sweetheart. But I think that's everything that I'm gonna cover in this one. This one seems very short. There wasn't a lot that I wanted to say, except for like the fact that I just love this series. I didn't watch anything after that. I know the series continues. There's a second series, but I never watched that because what ends up happening is that there's another crisis with these Bakugan, and like the game and the Bakugan world got a little more advanced, and they started to really work together. But something else fucked up happened, so I don't remember exactly what had happened because I didn't really watch that the next season. But yeah, that is as far as my Bakugan knowledge goes. I only remember that. But yeah, for those of you who do remember more and want to, you know, share with me how, you know, you feel about the series, let me know in the comments down below. I am dying to hear from you guys. As such, this has been Master of Sakurai. I'll see y'all again next time. Thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoy these videos and want to see more, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know which cartoon series did you want me to talk about. We can talk about any of them. I have no problem. Right now, I have now just covered Bakugan, I covered Pokemon, Digimon, Beyblade, Metabots, Monster Rancher, and freaking Flint the Time Detective, and there's a whole bunch more that I haven't talked about. So that being said, sky's the limit. See y'all again. I'm out. Peace.